Welcome to the Huberman Lab podcast, where we discuss science and science-based tools for everyday life.
If you don't know who Andrew Huberman is, that won't be the case for long. The 47-year-old Stanford University neuroscientist has gained a huge following nearly overnight after launching his now chart-topping podcast amid the COVID-19 pandemic in 2021. Are you surprised at its success?
I am surprised how popular the podcast has become, what alcohol does to your brain and body.
His podcast can run as long as 3 or 4 hours, tackling what some might consider wonky topics like dopamine and neuroplasticity. Huberman cites dense scientific research, but makes it digestible for his many millions of devoted listeners.
It's really about gaining knowledge of how one's body and brain work, and then tapping into the components of our brain that are there from birth, and that if we tap into, can really afford us a better well-being.
At the core of his philosophy are what he calls protocols, ways to improve mental and physical health through sunlight exposure, nutrition, exercise, stress control, relationships, and sleep.
I think if people paid attention to these 5 things plus sleep, gosh, I'm certain that everyone would feel so much better. Our mental health and physical health exists on a background of all these fundamental things, and we have gotten very far away from paying attention to these fundamental things. It's really alerted me to the fact that people have a deep interest in feeling better and doing better. They seem to stick around for the science, and they end up learning tools that can help their mental health and physical health.
So do you think it's that they want to understand themselves, that they want to understand their brain? They want to understand this entire machine?
I think people want to understand how they work.
Right.
I think they start to feel a sense of agency, and once they feel a sense of agency and control, then all the other stuff seems less scary.
Some are critical of his mixing of business and science. His podcasts are supported by ads for supplements and products he endorses. But Huberman says his goal is to give the masses access to zero or low-cost tools to improve their mental and physical health.
What does the research really say? What works the first time and every time? It's not about purchasing anything.
While Huberman says his audience is divided evenly between men and women, some are crediting him with men increasingly prioritizing their mental and physical health.
With men, sometimes the lure has to be a little different. You have to say, hey, this is going to make you a better negotiator. This is going to make you more effective in finding and building a great relationship. It's going to make you more vigorous. You know, if guys are paying better attention to what they eat, how they exercise, their mental health, certainly, I feel like they and society are just going to benefit.
So you think you're changing that for men, that all of a sudden men, perhaps your age and or younger, that it's permissible to talk about their emotional health or their mental health in a way that 5 years ago it wasn't?
I like to think that we are. It's not about becoming more emotional, it's about becoming more functional. One should be able to feel their feelings without their feelings hijacking their behavior or feeling as if you're falling into a pit of despair. They can make choices. And choices are really central to his philosophy. He wants people to know that they have agency over their lives and their health. And he says giving tools to people helps them optimize their lives. But ultimately, he says it's up to all of us to take responsibility. He's also bringing the conversation about brain health to younger people, something that I'm really incredibly passionate about, and I'm really glad that he's doing it. Like, I have 2 sons. They are obsessed.
Most men in the country are. He's become like this go-to guy that you would point to.
But I like that he has bite-sized things you can do. Like in the morning, he says, put lemon, salt, and like cayenne pepper in a drink, and then get sunlight, take a cold shower. Like, he gives you 5 things that are doable to do in the morning.
Well, what's incredible is that you tell this to your sons. Yeah. They don't listen to you at all. He tells them. Right? And they're like, I'm out here because he says I should do it.
That's always the case. You'll be a better negotiator.
Well,
that's right.
Talking about all kinds of health, mental health, physical health. Maria's going to come back in the 4th hour. We have a whole hour dedicated to your mental and physical health. So come join us there. You can go to our website at today.com.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.